Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back. It is good to see you all here for Steel Division 2, taking place in 1944 on the Eastern Front with the Germans versus the Soviets and Hungarians and other mixed units too. It's good to have you all here. We're going to take a look at the game a little bit further as it is releasing soon, or should be released now, so make sure you check Steam for that, as the game offers many different gameplay options. 10v10, great multiplayer. By the way, that's up to 20 RTS players. We got skirmish mode where you can fight against the AI and test out decks and things that you can make yourself. You can choose your own units when you go into battle, as well as some scenarios here, which we've already played one of, Stemming the Tide. We're going to try Cavalry Action 2v2 here today, but I do want to mention that there's also a strategic campaign, and you can read a little bit more at the top about how it's displayed in chronological order, and there's more information about what's going on and who's involved. So if you like games, for example, that are grand strategy, Hearts of Iron, that type of thing, but a little bit more focused, this might be a game for you. And those of you who are familiar with the Eugen system games such as Airland Battle, Wargame, Red Dragon, or even European Escalation, well, this is definitely what Eugen does best. Now, of course, coming from Steel Division Normandy 44, they've made some massive improvements, so everybody's really giving praise to this, and I am too, because I really like the single operations that you can do, which is kind of like a quick AI skirmish, except with some really interesting, there's information about it. It is a mission that, you know, it's kind of like a one-time thing where there was a quick battle, but it was a very crucial one in order for the Germans to defend or the Soviets to break through. But today, let's go ahead and defend as the Soviets. I've taken control of the, let's see, the 9th Guard Cavalry Division before, I believe, but also the 219th Brigade before. I'm actually not sure if I played as any of these, but we'll go ahead and get started as we are, and we'll go ahead and start defending against the German attack. So anyway, welcome everybody. Make sure you show your support for this type of content too. Susie Q over there is making sure that World War II content and all this stuff is suppressed and hidden. So if you want to see more of it, you must aggressively show your support. Otherwise, it will disappear, and it'll be cat videos and late-night talk show hosts. So make sure you support as much as possible. All right, our objectives then are to hold the farm, and I see 3 numbers here, so there must be multiple objectives we need to hold and attack. The Germans then are going to be steamrolling out of the town of Liena, and so they're probably going to be pushing towards our 3 positions. I'm assuming the one on the left then. Yep, the hill on the left, the farm in the center, and then hold the road to Kopias. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Let's go ahead and set up some tanks. Looks like we... Oh, yeah, I don't remember playing as this at all. I don't think I've ever seen a T-70. This is all good and all new. Okay, we've got 45mm AT guns. The coolest thing about this game is you can set up defenses like this. I just absolutely adore that. So we're going to set up defenses on this hill to hold it against the German attack that's about to come our way. I'm going to assist our AI player on the left side by setting up some defenses, and I'm also going to try to hold the farm right here. So let's get a couple of troops up to defend the farm, a command unit to go along with them, and maybe a machine gun group as well if we can. Oh yes, a maximum machine gun. Perfect. So we're going to get these troops to go inside the farm there to hold that against the German attack. I'm also going to see if I can set up a gun pit to block German advances. This road is actually really well exposed. There's kind of open areas, and then especially right there too. So I think we can call in a very good, yeah, 85mm anti-aircraft gun, and that's very expensive, but if we put that in the open plain like that, it'll be able to open up on tanks very easily. And of course the Germans are probably going to have a lot of artillery, so we'll need to watch out for that too, and they will more than likely start artillerying our positions. So let's get a gun pit there and put down another anti-air gun. These are very expensive, but very, very necessary for what we're about to do. In addition, we have some trenches at our disposal, so let's make sure we defend our lines here. And if we hold shift, we can actually kind of like make little angled defenses like that, so we can angle our trenches so that the Soviets will be able to hold out against the German attack much easier. Looks like the friendlies there have set up some barbed wire. So let's go ahead and create some trenches here that kind of zigzag around our guns. There we go. We'll be able to put our troops in there later. If we don't have the troops now, we can always put them in there later, and we should be okay. It looks like this AI has set up a lot of barbed wire, so that's good. So we'll put up some trenches behind that. And this will be for our initial, or rather last kind of hold against the Germans if they're able to break through. Since the Germans are the ones mostly attacking here, we have to attack too and secure the town. But since the Germans have some big objectives in taking 3 very important positions, they will more than likely have better equipment than us and a lot of better tanks, so we need to be on the lookout for that. I'm going to put down some additional gun pits just in case. We can actually put mortars out in these gun pits, so that might be a good idea to help us to hold the farm when the time comes. So I'm going to put some gun pits at random as positions for our artillery to take place, though I don't want artillery now. I'd like to have a little bit more infantry. And one of the best infantry units in the game for recon, of course, is probably these guys. I really like these 8-man squads. Actually, not these ones, but there are certain Soviet squads that come with anti-tank, and they're very powerful. It looks like we do have some tank recon with us, so let's put a tank out here too to kind of spy on the Germans and see what they're doing. But we will need some regular infantry up here. Looks like we called out a couple of squads, and they'll be able to defend in the trenches. So this game extremely detailed. I mean, it's just gorgeous how you can zoom in and see the details of a lake, bushes and things like that. That's a swamp there. But of course, inside the towns, you literally see like little sheds for logs, all the windows of the houses, areas for carts to be parked, destroyed vehicles from before. Just really wonderful. So great scale and great detail from Eugen Systems here, as before. I really have been a big fan of theirs for a long time. So there's a little bias. There's a little bias, but they do a wonderful job, and getting better each time that they make this stuff. So it's really good. And plus, the community is very vocal and likes to give a lot of feedback and add to historical realism and such. So it's a good group. Ready? Go. All right, we're out of points and we're out of time. So let's go ahead and start pushing. We're going to take the farm here, and everywhere else we're just going to sit and wait for the Germans to come to us. I think there's a way to deploy these weapons without the vehicle, but I'm not entirely certain. All right, well, we got recon nearby, so we're keeping an eye on the Germans. I think, we just destroyed an Opel Blitz. All right. German truck's already coming under fire. Probably our AA gun up there firing. I'm not sure. Or maybe our 45mm AT guns. So that hill is well defended. And the Soviets arriving at the farm just before the Germans. That's good news. Now we can open fire on those vehicles. Let's get some of these troops back. Yeah, let's keep these PTSD rifles in here. They're going to cause post-traumatic stress disorder to all the German troops coming down that road, and they're already being fired at by our AA gun and our tank. So there's a little bit of a battle at the farm already. Wow, German troops just being smashed. They were trying to make a beeline for the heights over here to get to the farm, but they weren't able to make it. Too many heavy Soviet guns there. And I have too many troops and not enough hiding places, so that's alright for now. Let's see what else we have for tanks. We have a Command T-70 too. Oh wow, our T-70 just got roasted. Alright, rip to that one then. Let's go ahead and get a Command T-70 over here, and we'll also command our troops a little bit better. We'll see if we can defend this hill a little bit more. So far so good though, at least we're holding the village, the farm rather, and really blocking the Germans inside that village. Look at the amount of destruction. There's a lot of enemy vehicles destroyed there. And it looks like also T-34s are destroyed, so it is confirmed that the Germans are using captured Soviet equipment. The Germans should have some heavy artillery. I don't see it firing at all. The Germans do have to push up and capture some of these positions in about 9 minutes. We've got them locked down. The right side's rather weak, but they got to get through the farm in order to get there. So I guess it's probably better for us to put more defenses there. And we do have the ability to call in some aircraft, some light bombers. We can hit some of their tanks with those. Ammo explosion again. This possibly is destroying those. 85mm gun like that, doing a great job of cutting through enemy armor if it gets close. But also our ally here with T-34-85s now falling back. T-34s have had enough in the fight, and infantry is being pushed forward. One T-34 destroyed, and it looks like our friendly is pushing into the village. Wow, the Soviets are really got them by the cojones, I suppose, as they would say in France. Raptor, that's actually Japanese. Alright, fair enough. Actually, it's... Okay, let's see here. 40 points. These tanks are not going to be too good against Panzer IVHs. I think they are only... T-70 is a 45mm, right? Yes, tank gun, the 20K can fire 45mm. Not too bad, actually. I'm saving up points now, though we're very far away from our next level. I really need to get some tanks here. And we can finally call in some American tanks in Phase C. But if I get aircraft, what can we call in? I'm not liking the aircraft that we have at our disposal either. So I think what I'll try to do is... Oh, there's the enemy artillery. And they're actually dropping in on some of our positions here. Oh, they're trying to attack our AA gun. Alright, let's see if we can find out where that artillery is and bomb it. We can call in one bomber. We'll have to call out a some sort of a recon squad too. Let's actually call up the T-70. Might be able to spot over here. It'll be able to move a little faster. And let's call up this recon squad too. They might be able to see stuff from the elevated heights. Okay, Germans need to gain some territory in 7 minutes, but it just doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. I'm assuming if I played as the other character, or as the other option I could play as the other commander, things would be a lot different, actually, because I don't think the AI would have been smart enough to set up their AT guns up high and bring all the heavy guns to the heights, which is game-changing. If you control the high ground and you have heavy guns on it, you can really just decimate any enemy troops coming out of, especially large villages like this. I mean, you can just see the amount of vehicles that have been destroyed in the roads. The Germans just not really getting much of a chance. Alright. So our command tank is coming up, a recon tank is coming up too. It's going to take a long time for us to get reinforcements. I'm going to wait until we get another bomber here, and then maybe we can hit those artillery guns together. There's actually artillery guns way in the back. If I fly over that, the Soviets probably, or rather Germans, have some good cover. So I'm assuming they probably will be able to attack anything we've got. Looks like the Germans actually attacked the farm now. And they have destroyed one of those buildings for cover. So let's spread out our troops a little bit. Well, the Germans certainly are attacking the farm, but what are they going to do? They've only got the one tank there. That doesn't capture territories. It can kill our units, but they've got to roll forward if they want to do anything here today. All right. Oh, German troops are surrendering too. We're capturing them. I'm going to try to get in close with our infantry on this side. And get our command tank up here to try to calm our troops' fears. Wow. We're actually pushing into enemy territory now. I can't believe this. Uh-oh, I hear... What is that? Oh, the Andorusha! Basically a big boy Katyusha firing. That's 300 millimeters of pain with each round. I'm going to still go for artillery, though, so I can ease our allies' attack. He's the one with all the tanks. But I should get up there with some more recon, just so we can keep an eye on enemy targets. Let's get up there with some more T-70s. A couple of recon T-70s should do. Let's actually go with 3. And let's try some additional recon troops. No, we don't have really the points for that. Friendly aircraft is up. It's a big bomber. Tu-2S. Dropping some bombs, I'm not sure where. Right over there by the bridge. Hopefully some targets destroyed that were defending it. And the Soviets going to defeat the Germans in about 4 minutes or earlier, if we're able to capture the village. Where are the rest of our recon troops? Yeah, they take a very long time to come in. I'm actually going to try to push in on some of these units. What is that? Okay, that's a Panzer IV. And this is also a T-70. We can take pot shots at reinforcement units, light vehicles and such. We're basically driving past the Germans at this point. We've already swarmed them. And 3 minutes remain on their attack. Wow. Schwimmwagen destroyed. Oh, there's some nearby. Damn, by the time you spot the artillery, they've ceased firing, so it's hard to triangulate on it. T-70 there destroyed over on this side. Alright, let's go ahead and advance with some of our troops. Some of our troops have anti-tank rifles with them, and they're very powerful. So let's make an attack. And we'll have the T-70s come up to support and provide recon. So we'll take the right side then. Wow, this is why that recon's so expensive. It comes with a recon vehicle and also the infantry. So they can pull double duty. There's that damn thing. Where did it go? Well, let's call in that aircraft. Have him stand by. Where did you guys find that? 85mm gun destroyed, the one on the hill. Take it out. Drop some bombs on that damn mortar. It's probably going to take more than one bomb run. Okay, they've destroyed an anti-tank gun and an anti-aircraft gun, so their attack on the hill has begun. Let's actually pull away and give them a little bit more of a fight. I want to see them fight it out with us. Unit pinned down, and the second bomber should... Alright, so I'm purposely losing the hill now, so that way we can give the Germans a little bit more of a fight. Otherwise, this is going to be all over in Phase A. So let's let them take our position. Excellent. Enemy mortar destroyed. Let's go ahead and get that infantry across this side. Let's go scout it out. Wow, the Germans actually making a deep push. What's going on? Let's go ahead and stop that giant stab into our territory. Looks like our friendly unit there was not able to capture the village in its entirety. We'll keep our T-70s there to block the road. Let's pump reinforcements into the village. And we've entered Phase B. Excellent. We finally get more tanks and such. Valentine tanks, to be precise. Alright, looks like another little mortar is coming up. Our troops can actually cross rivers in this game, which I think is maybe a first. And the coolest thing is their animations when they're crossing swamps and such. They'll put their rifles above them. So it's really cool how terrain and elevation affects gameplay more than ever. Okay, so good. The Germans have taken the hill, which allows us to play a little bit longer. Otherwise, it was too easy. Let's see if the Germans can come back with a bigger attack now. We'll call out a couple of tanks there. And we see a German aircraft up there. Let's try to shoot it down with an LA-5. See if we can do an air battle here. We'll try to get some more tanks out. Goal now is just basically to contain them on the left and don't let them capture the farm. Alright, friendly aircraft going out to eliminate them. So I think this would have been a completely different story. I think I would have been hanging on for dear life if I was playing as the 219th. Excellent. Enemy aircraft destroyed. Let's get out of here. Oh, I was actually hitting the wrong button. C. Really cool thing in this game is to be able to actually see where you can fire from. So if you capture elevated positions, you can see how far you can fire down on the enemy. Looks like a lot of infantry being pumped in there, so we're going to do the same just to contain them. We're doing them kind of a little favor here, just to kind of keep them in the fight. So I'm being nice to them right now. Nice guy Raptor is being a nice guy. Alright, let's put down the command unit. Looks like we've pushed deep into their territory. There's not much holding us back on the left side. Right side's probably the same story. Oh, we got our troops there now. Let's go ahead and drop this command unit. Maintain control of the farm. Alright, so they were able to kill some of our units there. So I'll pull back now and create a secondary line. So we'll get these troops inside the trenches. And we'll keep them here to defend the farm. If the enemy happens to take it, we can provide a fire position from here. And we have a lot of tanks coming up. So we're about to have ourselves a tank battle, boys. Alright. Looks like our friendly is attacking on the left side. I hope he doesn't retake that position. I think he's going to. The Germans are surrendering left and right. So I'm kind of being a little playful kitten now. Anytime that the enemy is suffering... Oh my goodness, why is our AI is actually pushing forward with their artillery? That should not be going towards the front. They are going to lose an extremely expensive artillery unit that is not even replenished with ammunition. That is brutal to watch. Okay, let's go ahead and get our commander into the center. And I could also call out under our support tab a combat, like an actual commander who can give squad leaders promotions, which then gives regular units promotions, so you have a chain of command. Looks like our, our AT gun there is a little low on ammo. We better secure the area first, then bring in some supply. I don't think our guy is going to be able to supply us. Cannot believe the Andorusha has not been killed yet. That would be a top priority for any pro player. Let's get our troops out of the vehicles here. And looks like we're just going to have to end up taking positions in those trenches. Alright, we got 4 British tanks approaching. The Lend-Lease Act from both the United Kingdom and the United States gave Soviets access to Valentines and Shermans and bazookas and other things that they normally wouldn't have had. Studebakers, for example, really helped the Soviets to win the war, giving them more opportunity to transport things. Looks like we have access to mortars too, and better artillery, though I'd rather not use them at the moment. I think we have more than enough tanks to stop them on the right flank. And on the left, we've pushed deep into enemy territory. We're going to continue this advance. I'm going to try to come up behind him and see if I can capture that position. And unfortunately, the Soviets losing their last heavy anti-aircraft gun now. So we'll need to get some sort of anti-aircraft up here, or anti-tank up here. Let's try to get a 45mm into that gun pit. And we do have a few other gun pits too. So let's try to use these to our advantage. That's exactly why I put those down. So that way if we lost something, we can continue to attack with it. Alright, let's push up. Got our Studebaker standing by. Let's pull back with that. Let's try a different type of artillery. What can we do? What else? Let's see. 76mm artillery. More of a kind of a standard gun. We are tied up now. Oh good, the Germans actually hold the farm. I just want to see how much of a fight they put up now, so I don't necessarily want to recapture some of those territories yet. Also, where did our infantry go on the left? Did they get, maybe they got blown up? May have some more infantry coming from here. I lost track of them. Alright, oh, yeah, we better just drop them here. 45mm guns aren't going to stand much of a chance against that blob. Let's hit them hard. Alright, the Germans have finally gained a lot of power. Valentine 9s are coming up, hitting them in the side. AT guns are going to block. And would you look at that, we got a Soviet ambush on a tank here, Panzer IV-G. Oh, German reinforcements are coming in from over here. Stay in cover. Oh, recon group caught out in the open. Might be able to grab supply. Huge number of Soviet tanks going to have to gather here in order to block that German convoy. We're going to get up there with our commander unit right now. Our units dropped some bombs and made the German troops panic. They're now swarming the farm. Damn, our recon was eliminated before they got to that munition vehicle. Well, we do know some tanks are going to be approaching from this way, so we better get ready. We'll have to call out some PTRD rifles to defend our rear. Although I think the Germans are probably going to make their Panzers go up this way and just push through the city, to which they'll hit a huge reserve of Soviet infantry. Alright, we're going to lose the hill on the right. Now we got to contain. This is what's troublesome about playing nice. If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Luckily, we are ready to retake the farm if they leave that position. And let's get some recon up here. We don't have any points at the moment to spend. Alright, PTRDs are firing from those. I thought they had bazookas, but that's more the recon teams. And you can see a good number of troops out there. Look at the amount of smoke around that area. Most of that has got to be German vehicles. Some of it is our troop transports or whatnot, but most of that's got to be German. So they're suffering badly. Let's see if we can walk into the farm and retake it. Big O convoys coming in now. Lots of units coming in. And a minute and 30 remaining on this phase. After this, we can swarm them with Shermans. So let's see how that works after this. Let's drop these off. I think these are the AT troopers. Looks like there's this. Oh, I thought that was a AT vehicle. Panzer IV-G. We could definitely kill that with our PTRD rifle if we get a lucky shot. All Alright, we're going to save points for a while so we can swarm them. Let's see how it looks when we call out a bunch of Sherman tanks. Get a bunch of roaring Detroit diesels rolling through. Alright, 2 machine guns here. Our ally did a good job of blocking the road that way. Oh wow, we actually were able to destroy a Panzer IV-G. Our troops over here were able to kill that before they were destroyed, I think. Good job. Alright, saving points. Germans doing the right thing, calling out artillery on our very concentrated units. So whenever we want to win this, we'll just retake the farm, but I don't want that to be a possibility. I don't want to see this drag out. Actually, I think it will only last for a few more seconds unless the... Yeah, unless I actually give them these positions. No, it's a stalemate right now. Let's go ahead and push forward then. Alright, now we can push in with a ton of American Sherman tanks. Let's see how that works. Let's try to push in right there. We'll drive a wedge between them. Now we're not going to try to capture anything yet. We're going to just play with them for a little while, see how it goes, cause some casualties. Even if we're not capturing objectives, we can still cause plenty of damage to the enemy. And this, of course, will allow them to win in other battles. German forces falling back. Let's get those bombers out again. Concentration of 17 troops there. We'll try to drop bombs on the biggest squads. Alright. Need some sort of a squad lead unit over here. Keep our troops compliant. Bombers doing their job. Looks like they must have hit some of their targets. Both of them are falling back and are reduced in numbers. That is excellent. Not to mention there's so many Soviet troops up there. They're just going to end up winning. Let's see if I can push my troops into the trench. Our tanks are actually pursuing them. Let's not do that. Fall back, don't get hit by a Panzerfaust. Alright, there we go. Let's have 6 men push up that way. And we'll have our men push up here too into the trench. And our command unit is coming, so they will never, more than likely, withdraw. Alright, our tank waves are here. Lend-Lease action in action. Ooh, we got a big O bomber here. 1,000 kilogram bomb. Alright, boys, we got a tactical nuke. Seems like we can drop it. Looks like there's an enemy aircraft around. It's ME-109G2. Looks like he's leaving. We're going to try to drop a tactical nuke then. 1,000 kilogram bomb is huge. We're almost over the target. Bombs away. Let's see what happens. Goodbye. Wow. Gargantuan explosion. Let's go ahead and make sure we defend our bombers that are retreating. Alright, very good. Alright, tanks should have arrived. We now have a wedge to fight our way into town. Let's converge our forces and push straight for that objective. Let's see how it works out. Don't want to take the farm. Just want to go straight for the town. Just to make things more epic around here. Drop some bombs on more strategic areas. And there's our squad leader now. Or our commander, which will give all the squad leaders even higher rankings so long as they're within range. We got good air coverage here. Give these troops a little bit of a boost. Looks like we now have the farm. So our ally just recaptured that position. So let's just go ahead and move everything in. This is the kill. Moving in for the kill on all positions. We've retaken the farm. The hill is ours. We bombed the hell out of them over here. Troops are falling back like crazy. Or pinned down. Barely any groups can fight. We've got this whole place surrounded. Come on out, Germany. We got you surrounded. All right, let's push our troops forward on this side, too. Hell, everything could just push forward at this rate. We've outnumbered them a great deal. All right. Aircrafts are being attacked by anti-aircraft, so let's get out of there. Let's take a look at those Sherman tanks up close. Awesome. All right, a major victory. We captured or held 3 of the 4 objectives, so if we had more time, we would have been able to punch in deep and eliminate all those troops there. All right, well, if you like this game and want to see more, make sure you go ahead and click or tap that like button. Show your aggressive support for this type of content so I can bring you some more World War II action. Game's a lot of fun, so make sure you pick it up then. Available. Should be available in a day or two, or already now, so make sure you check it out and check the multiplayer. It's a lot of fun. Been playing Eugen games for years, so I'm a fan. So hopefully you are too, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Goodbye.